Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa McAllister, and you're listening to the Melissa M.A.D.E Show. Now, for decades, I've dedicated myself to helping women break the cycle of dieting, navigate through all the fads, and change their lives through my nutrition coaching. Now, each week, I'm going to talk about everything from deep nutrition, mindset, self-care, the ideal workout routine, tips on how and why to implement intermittent fasting in your life, my favorite recipes that are not only crowd pleasers, but they're actually healthy for you, and so much more. Now, with small and consistent changes, you can defy aging while living a happier, healthier, and more heart-filled life. I'm so excited to show you it's possible with the right strategies that are so simple to adopt. Hello, welcome to the Melissa M.A.D.E Show. And today we're going to talk again about protein. So I have already done a podcast on protein, the importance of it. And I think I probably mentioned it quite a lot lately because it is a subject that is everywhere, especially on social media. Protein this, protein that, protein this, protein that. And first and foremost, you'll always say it's so important. It's very essential. But in defense of my intermittent fasters, or even for people that just, exercise and don't feel the need to, in the gym or at home, run to their kitchen and immediately make that protein shake. Do you need protein right after you work out? Now, sincerely, what if I don't get my protein in right after my workout? Am I going to lose muscle? Was that workout for nothing? So that's what we're going to talk about today. How important is that window that you hear about so often, especially from the big, meatheads? Is that derogatory? I don't mean it to be. The big muscle bound men or those fitness magazines that get paid. The magazine is made through, money from advertisements. Just keep that in mind. And it of course can't hurt you. So the people that do it are going to tell you that it's important, it's imperative, you have to do it to build muscle because they do it and they're building muscle. But I wonder if they didn't do it, if they would realize whether or not they're still building muscle by not eating that protein right after their workout. So that's where we're going to go today. And I also want you to think, when you exercise, do you not notice that you're not hungry right after your workout? And that is because your body actually suppresses ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, while you eat. So it's really okay for you to get in a great workout and then to be like, I'm not even hungry, but yet you're supposed to force down protein, which is also satiating when you're not feeling hungry. This is why I did this research, is because for someone like me that actually works out fasted, and then I don't run to the kitchen and make myself a protein shake or grab a steak or a piece of chicken and start gnawing on it right after my workout, because I'm afraid that all that strength training I did is going to go to waste because I'm not putting that protein in my body instantly. So welcome to the podcast that hopefully will set your mind at ease on whether or not you need to eat that protein right after you have your workout. Okay. So what I want to talk about first, though, is that when you do exercise, protein is very important for your exercising. Proteins are amino acids. And so you need these amino acids to help build and repair muscle. I think we all know that. We probably learned that in middle school. But I want you to know, or at least review with you, that when you exercise, you make microscopic tears in your muscles and they need to be repaired. So your body uses amino acids and they make these things, these muscle cells that are called myofibrils. And so what they do is they attach to the damaged muscle to not only heal it, but to also build the strength. So these myofibrils come into your muscle and they help fix those little tears But in that, they also will make the muscle bigger, and they're also going to make the muscle stronger. So that's pretty cool. So you do need those amino acids to make the myofibrils to help build and repair the muscle. And so for years, I mean, decades probably, we have been told that we need to eat soon after working out to help build that muscle and to repair it, that you need that protein kind of in your digestive system after the workout, soon after the workout, so that you can, repair that muscle. Otherwise, it's not going to get repaired and it's not going to grow. That has been the school of thought for a really long time. So we have what's called the anabolic or muscle building effect of exercise. But guess what? It lasts for 24 hours post-workout. I don't really think we need that 45-minute window if we know that the anabolic or the muscle building effect of exercise lasts for 24 hours. One thing we all need to be taking care of is our gut. Now, it impacts literally everything: your weight, your mood, your skin, your digestion. And because your gut houses up to 80% of your immune system, a healthy gut is truly the gateway to feeling your best. Unfortunately, our bodies are being attacked every single day and wreaking havoc on our gut health, stress, toxins, and even just one day of eating a Western-style diet. Now, thankfully, with Just Thrive Probiotic, it's now easier than ever to give your gut what it needs to thrive. Just Thrive's breakthrough award-winning probiotic is the only product on the market that's proven to turn your gut into an antioxidant factory. Do you hear that? Yes, this probiotic actually produces antioxidants right in the gut, meaning you get maximum immune, digestive, and total body health support. Wow. It's vegan-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, histamine-free, and non-GMO. And the best part, you can open the capsule and sprinkle it onto any food or drink. It's the perfect recipe companion to keep your whole family healthy. Now, Just Thrive has been loudly endorsed by some of the biggest health luminaries on the planet, including me. And you can learn more by listening to the podcast that I did with Tina Anderson just a little while ago. This company is changing the game in the supplement industry. No fake marketing, no claims, just real, scientifically proven results. That's important to me. So if you're looking for the best in gut health and immune support, choose the clinically proven, award-winning power of Just Thrive Probiotic. And guess what? You can save 15% off site-wide when you go to justthrivehealth.com and use the promo code Melissa M.A.D.E at checkout. So I found a study, which I will link below, a very accredited study from the Journal of the International Society for Sports Nutrition. Okay. And according to them, the optimal time to eat protein is a personal preference. So what your goal needs to be is to figure out the protein intake that you need, and keep in mind that is individual. That is so individual. People are very vague by saying between 10 and 35%, but it's true. Like I've said before, and in my last podcast, you have geniuses that are working on human longevity that will tell you to keep your protein intake between 10 and 15%. These are people who are trying to figure out how to help us live longer. How wonderful would that be? Like up to 120 years. But in their studies, and there's longevity institutes and the smartest brains on the planet working on this. And they will tell you that your protein intake is optimal between 10 and 15%. But then you also have your fitness competitor, your Instagram influencer, your personal trainer telling you, and they're not wrong, that you want a pound per gram that you weigh, which ends up being about 35%. So there you are, between the 10 and the 35%. So it's very individual to you. What are your goals? But I am thinking that if you are one of my followers, then health and fitness is a passion of yours. And you probably want to build muscle. So you might be more at that 35% a day. I'm at 30 to 35% a day right now in my life, especially at 48 years old, where we tend to lose muscle mass. I am still trying to increase my muscle mass so that I am a very fit and buff 75-year-old woman traveling as much as you possibly can. What I do want you to know, though, is if you are training for the Olympics, or you are a competitive CrossFitter or something like that, now you might benefit more by having protein closer to your workout. But I'm going to guess that 99% of you that are listening are not competitive CrossFitters or working towards a sport in the Olympics. Your goal is to be healthy, to be lean, to be active, to feel strong, to lose fat, which is usually when I talk with people, that's the first, I'm like, what are your goals? The first thing out of their mouth is fat loss. And then it's muscle strength, muscle gain. So they're both very important, but usually fat loss hits before building muscle. And they understand that in order to see any kind of, muscle definition or effort in that muscle, they do have to lower the fat percentage on the body in order to see that. So it makes perfect sense why that is most people's goal. So you want to keep that in mind. So for the 1% of you that competes competitively in CrossFit, every month, then this idea, and at least the Journal of the International Society of Sports Medicine does say that you might want to have protein a little bit sooner. But again, here I am, defending my intermittent fasters, that if you work out and there's not an ounce of you that is hungry, but you feel like you have to eat because, a protein company told you that you're supposed to, you either feel extreme guilt and that you're not optimizing your efforts, or you eat or drink something when you're really not hungry, which you should never do that. You should never force yourself to eat because someone told you should, and not listen to your own body cues. So that being said, you don't have to think about having that protein within that 45-minute window, that magic window after you work out. What matters is how much protein you have within that 24-hour period. If you are optimizing your protein intake within the 24-hour period, you're going to be fine, because the muscle repair and the muscle building lasts for 24 hours after that workout. So as long as you've got protein coming up, or you just had protein not that long ago, you are going to be just fine. Now, one thing that this research shows is that there is a time that your anabolic effect starts to diminish is about 3 hours after your workout. So I do want to encourage you, if you're really working on muscle mass, to have protein. You can have a little bit of carbohydrates with it too. That's a good mix. Is within the 3-hour mark. Okay. So for those of you that message me, and I get lots of these all the time, I work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get, don't eat, don't want to eat, don't have time to eat, whatever, till 11 a.m. or until noon. Is that okay? And my first question is always, what's your goal? If your goal is muscle building, then you really want to try to get that protein in within that 3 hours. But if you are really you have a lot of weight to lose and you want to lose body fat, you'll probably be okay. You'll probably be okay waiting that and allowing your body to go ahead and continue to use your own body fat for fuel for that amount of time. But if you can, and you want to still lose fat, but build muscle, because you can do those simultaneously. One's going to be greater than the other. It's really not, I wouldn't say it's ever 50-50. You're going to either lose more fat and maybe not build as much muscle, or vice versa, but you can't get both done at the same time. I would really try to get protein by that 3rd hour mark. So if you work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, think about, 8 a.m. having something with a little bit of protein, with some protein and a little bit, you can have a little bit of carbohydrates with it as well, and really help that muscle out. But the point of this is to understand that it's okay for you to do a fasted workout. I did see a post that you shouldn't exercise fasted. I still scratch my head over that, because I really believe that most every one of our ancestors got some sort of activity in before we had our first meal. But all of a sudden, because of modern convenience, it's a bad thing. And for some people, they do better with that. And you do what's best for you. But again, I'm defending my intermittent fasters to not feel scolded because you're not doing that, because you will hear that it is not the best thing for you. You know what's best for you. If your ancestors did it, I guarantee you're going to be just fine. But not only not eat beforehand, but to not feel the rush and to be obsessed with having this protein or this protein shake or this protein bar, or to have your food made and to carry your food with you and to sit in the car and eat really fast your protein, and maybe a little bit of rice or, piece of fruit that you have with it, because you've been told that, you're not going to build your muscle without that. It's simply not true. Concentrate on how much fuel you are giving yourself within a 24-hour period, making sure that you're getting enough protein to meet your goals within that 24-hour period. And guess what? You are going to do great. And on a personal note, that has been me. That has been me for 20 something years. I am so not hungry after my workout. I don't ever eat after it. It can be anywhere from, realistically, it could be as soon as an hour afterwards, and it could be 4 to 5 hours afterwards. Generally speaking, I want to tell you, it's probably right at the 2 to 3 hour mark after I'm done working out, that I do have my first meal. And of course, there's protein in there. I have protein in every meal. So it makes it easy. And I am here to tell you, and I have the proof, that I am still building muscle and I am still losing body fat at 48 years old. Had that DEXA scan done that I talked about earlier, showing that I am still building muscle and I am still losing fat while I do fasted workouts and while I don't eat immediately afterwards. And I'm a pretty clean eater. I would say I'm good 85% of the time, but at least once or twice a week, I have something that's off kilter a little bit. But I'm a pretty clean eater. And like I said, I try to get, let's just say 30% of my calories from protein, and I'm doing just fine. So I always want to debunk those things that you're hearing that make you feel that what you are doing that feels best for you is not right. Okay. What's right is what's working for you. So I hope that was helpful. Again, I will link that study from the very good study saying that it matters what you eat in 24 hours, not what you eat immediately after you work out. For those of you, my friends, who are not hungry after your workout or don't have the convenience of having something right after your workout, you're going to be A-okay. Just make sure that you get enough nourishment, protein, healthy fats, and healthy carbs in your diet on a daily basis and not necessarily on an hourly basis. All right. Anyway, go get your workout in. Don't worry about eating right afterwards unless it works for you. And you guys have a fantastic day. Remembering that MADE stands for making a difference every day, amongst many other things. But please wake up feeling prepared. And I want you to go to bed feeling proud. Have a fantastic day. Wow, we've reached the end. But before I leave you, I'd love to hear from you. After all, it's not every day that someone reaches out and asks for your opinion. And to me, your opinion does matter. So please share this episode with anyone that you think needs to hear this message. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. My name is Melissa McAllister. And until next time, thank you for being your own health advocate.